Okay, we are live. Today is 6th. Today is the 8th of June. I was a bit distracted. Okay, I was a bit distracted. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to finish something else as well. Let's see what this does here. Okay, perfect. Look at the market run away from my order. Come on, man. Like I had an order sitting right here. Why didn't you take me? Why did you not take me? Are you gonna take me? I don't know. We'll soon get to see it. Can I? What's this? What does this do? Okay. It says that. Okay, perfect. We'll keep it here. Let's go back. So I have a buy sitting here. Is it the best? I do not know. Like I genuinely do not know what the market is doing right now. I can see that the dollar index is like trying to come down. Can't base off the dollar index. Would I go long if we break this? Probably can. Can actually go long right now. Do I want to take a position or not? I don't think I would. Because I'm a buying sitting right down here. Anyways, so if you're watching, welcome to our live video, live session for today. What are we discussing? We are going to be discussing the markets. So I'm long gold. I am taking the long in gold. Okay. I was short for a very long time. Now we're gold. Sorry, now we're long. That being said, the market is not, there's a slow market, right? Like during these times, especially the Asian session, it's not that, what do you call it? What's the term that I'm trying to use here? It's not that volatile. Oops, it's not that volatile. It's a slow market. We're trying to find some levels. The market has been testing a lot of levels lately, as we all know. We're currently trading at 4344.1, which is a low, one of the low points that we have since this whole facade of Iran, the war, and everything, right? So it's been a while. It's been some time. That being said, something that's been interesting has been Bitcoin. Bitcoin has always been interesting, right? Bitcoin is currently trading at its lows. It's at 62,000. Remember, I don't know if you all remember, but this was something that was trading at $125,000. $125,000. That is not something that's cheap. No, it's very expensive. Same thing with oil. It's at $90. Everything is just like, everything is just not in their best state. Everything is just expensive as fuck. You know, it's that expensive. Now, that being said, how are we treating this market? How are we going to trade the entire market? Are you going to wait for your level? So it's a bit tricky, right? It's a bit tricky. I do not want to chase this market because most of the times I realize that there are a couple of things that would happen, right? As a trader, when you are trading, one of the things that you should understand is the way the market reacts to certain levels and the overall picture in which you trade as a trader. Okay? Everyone has different strategies. Everyone sees things differently. Everyone approaches the market with a different perspective, right? If you go into a YouTube live right now, you'll see different people with different perspectives on how they're trading and what they're looking for and things of that sort. So it all depends on a number of things. One is how much hours you've put in with the charts, and it also depends on how much time you spend with the market. So that would help you understand the fundamentals of price action, the fundamentals of the different time frames that you would trade under. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think would help is your understanding of what you're doing, right? If you're someone who is new to trading, if you're someone who is, like you're trying to understand, hey, what kind of market is this, or what's going on? What is trading, in a whole? Like, what the hell is trading? If that's you and you're trying to figure it out, it's going to take time, right? It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of back testing. It's going to take a lot of trial and error. And the only way you're going to learn is by, putting yourself in a trade. A lot of things happen, right? When you're in a trade, when you're in a position. Like right now, I'm able to speak freely and able to speak clearly because I'm not in a position. Now, if I was in a position, I'd have to be, I'm not gonna lie. If I was in a position, my thought process would be completely different because now there's money in the line. You're looking at different levels, looking at different things, right? So it's gonna be a bit different when you're in the position compared to when you're just sitting there passively, which is what I'm doing right now. Could have taken a trade. I could have taken a trade like when we started this live. One of the key levels that the market was hitting was in fact what do you call? So before we do anything, I want to see what the close price was for this print. It was 43.53, okay? 43.53. So that's right here, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it would have been a nice long if you had this level here. So what happened here was I didn't get in, right? I did not get in. The dollar index is pretty bullish. I mean, like this was like heavy selling that you see right here. So this thing could just continue going down and gold could just continue going up. Will we take long at the break of 43.53.8? Highly doubt it. Just because where's my risk? If I look at it in terms of risk to reward, where's my risk? I might find selling pressure come here, could come here, it could come here, could come here, come here, could come anywhere, right? So where would be a place that I would like to risk? I don't like wicks, for some reason wicks tell me a lot. So I think here would be a clean place. 4403.9 would be a clean place for me personally to go long if you're looking for a continuation trade. Now, if you're looking for a breakdown, which could be the case, I'm taking off my order. And if once we get here, let's say price reaches here, I wouldn't mind going short even, okay? I would not mind going short because that's the way the market is. Like at this point, I'm telling you, at this point, it's really hard to say in which direction the market could pop. Based on the fact that the dollar is doing pretty well, gold could continue its short. If that's the case, I will take my short here, right? Because let's look at it from a bearish perspective. Let's look at it from making lower lows and lower highs, right? Or higher lows, whatever you call it. We came down aggressive selling, monthly level sitting down here, wicks it, tries to climb back up. We actually do climb back up pretty well. And again, do we close below this? I do believe we have closed below 43.39s. We have certainly taken liquidity from here. We haven't taken it from here though. We have one more hour for this candle to close. And yeah, we're just trading. We're just trading in the middle of actually bumfuck nowhere unless we come up there. So what's the low here? 43.39 is the low. And what's our close? 43.36. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We're gonna just take this and then come back down. Is that the plan? This is actually a pretty good solid breakdown trade if we didn't like run away from this price so aggressively. What I've been noticing with this market, I'm just trying to understand. What I've been noticing is that sometimes it doesn't actually give you the trade. For some reason, for some odd reason, you might have your level, you might have an exact level that you want it, and you're not willing to negotiate like going higher or going lower because it's trading, right? Like if you want a level, you want a level. So sometimes what I've seen is if the market is incorporating, it might just, probably not get to your level and just run away, which creates a huge problem because you could miss a trade for a couple of days. And then because you've missed a trade for a couple of days, that would become a problem only because you're trying and then you start forcing trades. So it becomes a bit difficult to execute without having an emotion set in stone. And with the war, right? With the war, this whole thing about the dollar, it shifts every single day, right? Like this was a proper time. This was like a trend. This was a trend. It was chop. It was chop. So you need to find out, you need to differentiate between what is trend and what is a chop, and then decide based off of that. Bitcoin, I'm telling you, Bitcoin has just been selling off. Bitcoin has been crazy. Whoever has been trading Bitcoin, look at this. You had a clean of 1, 2, 3. You had 3 clean days on Bitcoin, just going short. And you have one setting up right now. Breakdown trade of this would be fantastic. In fact, we're going to put a stop sell right here so that in case the market decides to break down, because we come here, we wick, right? We wick this, we bounce, we tried, we're like hovering around it. So we don't know if exactly we're going to bounce or not. Same thing applies with the ES. We had a huge sell-off the other day, probably repricing, something happening with the entire markets because the 12th of June is a huge day for the market. Something wild is going to happen. We all know what it is. Yeah, SpaceX is coming with their IPO. They're like, hey, look, we also want to partake in this whole market game that you guys are playing. And Elon Musk is like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm also making some money here. So please give me your cash. That's what Elon says. And when you look at the way the candles are forming, you can see there's so many tails. So tail, 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 tail. Okay, here we have more tails. I can see more tails. I can see also like a few, but there's selling, and then we have huge selling, but then price is still pushing higher, right? Price is still trying to get up there. And this doesn't look like a double bottom to me or anything of that sort. We just trade whatever we see. If I wasn't to force a trade, I would just take a trade up here or even up here. This would be a no trade zone, which is probably going to be the case unless we actually see some pretty aggressive buying or pretty aggressive moves. Let's say we fail, which we probably are. That's going to push the market. What's the open? What's the close? 99,977. 99,977. Where the hell are you? 99. It's a low. 100. 1002. Okay. Not too bad. Let's see what happens when we get there. Let's set an alert at that. It's gonna probably make some noise. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Why I'm not so, what do you call a word? Confident about this particular trade as to go short, right? Is because if you look at these candles, right, there has been buying from these levels. Sure, we sold down. This was a monthly. I know this is a monthly level. We tried. We bounced back up. You can see price has been caught up on in this range, right? So we test this once. Could test it again. Just because it's gold, you never know what gold could do. Now, what's the high? The range. It's a range trade, right? You can see we made a top here. We have a low here. We haven't tested this here, so that's quite interesting. If we go into the daily, this was a 43.97.5 is actually a huge level. We're basically doing nothing much. We just opened up. You can see the dollar index is also trying down. If anything, now my only concern is if this was a short, right? Where would the sellers be sitting for the short? Because once we came down here, we saw buying come back, and we're still seeing more buying, right? So it's a bit you'd be a bit iffy on whether. So that's what I'm saying. It's all based on probability. You can have any type. So the way I trade, right? The way I trade is very simple. I have basically just have a bunch of lines on my chart, and I don't use any other indicators. Sometimes I turn on volume just to see what type of volume is picking up. Otherwise, I don't have any other indicators. I don't have any moving averages. I don't have any volume profiles, right? It's just based off of what I see. Okay, so we got an alert. As you can see, prices trying to move, right? And over here, as you can see, prices also trying to move higher. So what's the call? Do we go short? Do we go long? It's quite interesting to see, given the fact that it's the case. I'm just going to go short here, move our stops over here, and we'll see what happens with this trade, whether it goes our way or not. We will soon get to know, because if we see some proper selling come in, it'll be good. Otherwise, my risk on this trade is going to be $100. Let's see what happens. We just opened up a new 15-minute candle a couple of minutes ago. The dollar index does not look like it wants to continue to the higher side. Gold on the other side looks like there's so much buying coming in that you never know. This could be a complete bullish move. Given the fact that gold has been dropping for the past couple of days, you never know what could happen here, right? We could either continue to the buy side, or we could see a move towards the sell side, probably continue buying down here. But we never know. We never know what could happen in the next couple of minutes. There is some selling coming in, but it's also met with buying. Depending on how much buying comes in. As you can see, the dollar index is also not like cooperating. Dollar index is also trying to fail. However, we are seeing some selling movement. I wouldn't want price to come back and test this. I just wouldn't. That would not be something that I prefer. So if we do decide to like come down, that would be perfect for me to be on this trade. If at all I see more buying coming in, I'm just going to we'll just take the L. And so you never know. All these trades could play out however you want them to play out. All you can do is understand the levels that you're playing with, understand the buying and selling that comes in, and then based off of that, you can either place your trade or you can take it out. So we're up like a couple of $100. And my target is right here. If I see more selling come in, I'm not going to be adding to the trade because I just don't. At this stage, I don't think adding to the trade is something that I would like to do. What I would like to see is more volume come in as we try to go down, and not the opposite, not the inverse where there's more volume coming in. So it's not significant. Like I said, the markets are slow. Depending on how well we trade today, we'll decide on if we're going to be trading this entire week or not. As you can see, there is buying coming in. Whenever there's buying coming in, we actually move up quite. So like I said, this is something that, I wouldn't want price to come back here. I just want price to like continue selling off. But since it's gold, like I said, you just cannot predict exactly what the market is going to do. But the thing is, like, I could cut this trade right now and have $500 or $600 and just call it a day. But that's not how I intend. So because whenever I am in a good position, I should be able to max out the outcome of the position rather than take paper cuts, because it doesn't mean all the time that I take a trade on GC, right? However, I wouldn't let this turn into a loss because of the fact that I saw the selling come here. This could go right back up. Honestly, the way gold has been moving recently could be the fact that, okay, so we saw sellers sit up here. Maybe the same sellers would be sitting all the way here. And that's exactly what you're seeing. Price can decide, okay, instead of going all the way down, we're going to go up and see if the same sellers are sitting there. Now, would I want to risk that? Depends on my portfolio. It depends on if I am willing to give it that much risk, right? So the risk entirely depends on your risk appetite for the trades that you place. In my case, my risk appetite isn't that great. I don't mind it, but depending on the day and time, I might just move my stops, and if it takes me out like that, it takes me out like that, because that's the way gold has been moving, to be frank. It's not like one simple thing where the market decides, okay, we're just gonna like blast off and blast off, or we're gonna break down and break down. No, sometimes this is what you get. So there you go. You can see what I was talking about. That's how aggressive this market is right now. And we sold off and we got stopped out, right? Now, is that going to be the case? Are we going to get back in? I don't think that's the case. We're going to go long, though. We're going to place our stops below this, and now we're flipped to the long. Now, why? So you might be asking, why did you flip to the long? So we tried to fail. We tried to like go down, but the market says no. Instead of going down, what we're going to do is we're going to try to go higher, right? So you never know. Again, it's based on probability. These trades that you take are strictly based on probability. So that being said, we will hold this trade, and hopefully in the next 5 minutes, this candle closes higher and does not decide to just be a bearish candle, because currently that's what we're seeing. The market is reacting to the Asian session. Gold is trying to climb higher, and our stops have been placed. If we are to lose this trade, we're probably going to lose a couple of $100, which is not going to look good. But what can you do? All you can do is place your stops, your trade in, and then hope that the market doesn't take you out just by a wick. Because that has happened multiple times, right? And the market does things like that, especially when it's so volatile. The market does things like that. And right now, as you can see, this market is not being cooperative, even though we're still in the middle of actually going fucking nowhere. So it depends. We'll see what happens. We'll see. So again, that's why I told you, like the sellers could be sitting up here, the sellers could be sitting down here, depending on how the market reacts, depending on how much sellers come in, we could get stopped out right now. And those were the two trades I was willing to take today. We just got stopped out. So those are the two trades, and at this point, we're just going to have to flip to the sell side, because that could have been the fake out, right? Anyways, we'll see what happens. And yeah, it's worth to watch. That's all I'm saying. Could be a terrible thing that I'm doing right now, but we'll see what happens. That being said, I will be ending the live stream because this market is incorporating. It's just a lot of chalk and okay. Thank you.